Right, welcome back. We're doing a Ridgeline pack review. This is the Hybrid Track 45 litre pack. So we'll just start from the top, I guess. So on this side here, you've got your classic kind of top end of the pack. The cool thing is here is you can unclip the entire unit. It's separate. It's got your standard kind of zip in here, which is great. So you can store any critical gear at the top. So socks, gloves, beanie, knife, whatever else you need. Top end, quite accessible. When you move down to the actual kind of full length of the pack, you're looking at a really cool kind of zip system here. So, well, zip, tie down, not really a zip, it's just the way you close it, I guess. So this here is your lock, and then that's your drawstring. So if you hold on to the locking bit and then you pull the drawstring, you can close the pack itself. It closes quite good, quite tightly, and then as soon as you want to release, you can forget about the drawstring part. You just pull on the lock and it comes loose. So quite a cool, innovating system they've gone for there. I quite like it. It's really easy to use, especially opening it up. The actual entire body is a one-piece tube system. So it is a bit different. There's quite a few options on the market that will offer you the ability to access either midway or at the bottom via zips externally. I guess that's the benefit and the downside to the pack. The benefit is, for example, we use this with the material it's made out of for carrying meat. So we transfer everything out of the pack to someone else's pack, and this acts as a fantastic way of carrying meat because the material is quite waterproof internally as well. So it makes for a perfect way of doing it. The down part is that if you've just packed it and you need something in the bottom, you have to unpack your entire pack to access it because it's just a one tube. So kind of pros and cons to both ends. As soon as you go to the front end, you've got a nice external kind of pocket zip. Again, you can put all your important stuff here. So just in here, we've got some gear in there at the moment. Easy to access. It's quite big, so you can fit quite a few things in there. And then as soon as you kind of go to the side of it, you've got some clips here. So these clips are wonderful for attaching any external bits you need. So being a 45 litre pack, it is on the smaller side, but you still have the ability to take quite a few additional bits. Something that we've used it for is a rifle. So with the scabbard that they provide, which again, that's another cool benefit, you get a scabbard with your bag. A lot of other manufacturers will try and sell you this as a separate unit. So that there you can clip straight onto this kind of anchor point here. You can then clip your rifle on, nice and easy to use. While we're on that point, one downside to this, as much as it is an awesome benefit, we have found that as soon as this gets quite wet, these little kind of straps, I guess that's what you call it, the strap part does get a bit loose. So as soon as you start walking with it and the rifle's moving a little bit, that just grows exponentially. So it becomes looser and looser, and then next minute the whole gun's moving around, and then you get your mate to tighten it for you. We found that purely kind of when it is wet, so just something to bear in mind. Another cool thing with this clip for your scabbard, this works with a plastic bar, well, plastic clip, and then a metal bar that comes across to lock it in place. Benefit is once it goes on, you can't lose it. If you go to the front end, there's a bunch of clips here. The same with the top end, there's a bunch of anchor points. What they give you in the pack is quite a few little straps, which is really handy. So there's a few we've got here. Easiest part is, for example, with the top, you can clip that in the top end here, and as soon as that's in, you can strap any additional gear you need to onto the top or the front of the pack. So classic example we've used it for, a tent, water bottle, anything that takes up a large amount of space that's a necessity to take with you on that trip, but you want to save externally because you can get a little bit wet. So with the tent we use, the Trailmate, it's carried within a waterproof shell, so if it's raining it's fine, it doesn't matter. So at least it's on the outside of the pack. And then kind of, I guess one of the last really cool features is you've got on your kind of the hip holsters here, you've got zips on each end, so you've got a way of storing a bunch of gear in here. Another thing is this is a one size fits all pack, so it's not adjustable in the sense of overall length. You still have your classic adjustments here for your shoulders and then also for your hips. But for example, we've got a friend, Hamish, he is 6'4". For him, it is a bit of a struggle with the pack because he's a taller fella. It's non-adjustable, so he finds it a little bit on the uncomfortable side being a taller guy. If you are what we call normal range of height, then you're fine. That's kind of his problem that he's a bit tall. But just something to bear in mind when you're looking at getting your hands on one of these. And then I guess the last major benefit is price. So if you're looking at picking one of these up, $3.99 for the pack. So you can get that at 15% discount if you use it through our promo code. But just an overall awesome pack. Good hybrid as a 4-dayer if you push the limit with it, if you strap a bunch of stuff on the outside, all really good for a day pack. So not a bad thing to go have a look at the Ridgeline Hybrid Track Pack.